Lee the Appraiser back for another segment of Amazing Appraising. This is Lee the Appraiser back for another segment of Amazing Appraising. Now, you get what you find as far as Mother Nature goes. So, the way diamonds work is if they're mined, one finds a big piece of rock that may have a diamond in it. The diamond might be the size of let's just say a small, it's hard to say, let's just say a small marble, or maybe twice the size of a marble. And what one does is they take that stone, it's going to go to a diamond cutter who's going to analyze it, and his instructions from the owner are going to be, tell me what you think is the largest diamond you can cut out of that stone, and based on its characteristics, he should tell them, if he's an expert, that he can make their different shapes in diamonds. Again, some are going to come out round, some are going to come out square, emerald cut, princess cut, marquee cut. These are a pear shaped, heart shaped. These are all different shapes. So really, depending on the largeness of the stone, the quality of the stone, what the expert, experienced cutter believes that the largest and best quality stone and shape he can cut is what he will tell the owner typically, and the owner will typically listen to his cutter, because the owner of the stone is not the expert in cutting it or selling it. He is the expert in selling actually the final product, but not in dictating to the cutter what is the most valuable way he can transform that stone. That's up to the cutter. He will typically, there might be some discussion. The cutter might tell him, I could make you a, say, 4-carat round stone, 3.5-carat emerald cut stone, a 3.5-carat princess. These might be some discussions, but ultimately the owner is going to listen to the cutter's suggestions, because he's the expert in cutting it. And then, perhaps the owner might say he has a customer that's looking for this, around or whatever, and the cutter will try to comply to his wishes. Okay? So you have what the stone is going to be cut, and once it's cut, you are going to have the color. And in diamonds, the way the color works is typically, with very few exceptions, the color of the stones have a scale with D as in David, D being the most and best and most desirable color in the world, and D is typically what they call colorless white. D as in David. So that's typically the color that most people want. They want a stone that means if it's put up against a white surface, you will not see any color whatsoever. So that's called a D color. That means it's clear, transparent white. Now, as diamonds work, if there's any slight yellow to the stone, even a tinge of it, it will go to the E or F shade. Again, to the average eye, they will not see any color there. So the average eye typically won't see any color until it goes down about 5 grades. So E, F, G, H, I, a trained eye, or perhaps a very good eye from a retail client might see a tinge or a drop of yellow in the stone. Once it hits J, it should be a little more obvious. So one who is even not that knowledgeable, but is listening to somebody or being shown that there's a little color to the stone, it could be a J color, and one might be able to see that. After J, it should be fairly obvious to anybody. J, K, L, M, N are what they call sort of a brownish tint or a yellow tint that is fairly obvious, okay? So that's the color issue. Now, what's interesting with diamonds is when you get past those colors, of JK, and you have a stone that's yellow, so these are slightly yellowish to more moderately yellowish to brownish. That's typically the way the scale works. However, there is a classification of stones that if the color is, say, yellow, but it's not like a shade of yellow that's turning brown, but the way the professionals term it is fancy yellow. So it's actually a bright yellow, and the best way to say it is it's a bright yellow. It's a fancy yellow, like a canary yellow. Those stones, not only in yellow, but in any natural color, they're yellow, they come in blue, they come in pink. Those stones are some of the rarest and most desirable and most expensive diamonds in the entire world. So we just handled or are handling a 2-carat, I think, blue stone that is running about $100,000. We're hopefully going to make that sale very shortly. So if you have anything like that, let us know. We love rare, exotic, unusual, valuable diamonds, and colored diamonds certainly fit into that category.